Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Moore, and this is just a recap of the Boston Celtics going up 3-0 against the Dallas Mavericks. So I actually picked Dallas to win game three. I thought, coming back home, the home crowd on your side, I thought they would be able to get this win. And I definitely had Kyrie Irving playing way better. There's no there's no fans in Boston. He doesn't have to deal with that, the boos, the heckling. He just didn't have to deal with that. So I'm thinking he's gonna play. And he did. He played really good this game. He played better than Luka. And I'll get to Luka in a second. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving had 35 points. He started out the gate hot. He hit like his first two threes in the first quarter. And I think in the first half, those were his first threes the whole finals. And he came out hot. And I'm just like, okay, Kyrie's playing better. Luka was getting it going. Luka started out really good too. But Luka on the defensive end is just still a liability, man. Like, people was praising him on his defense in the first three series. He was playing good, him and Kyrie. But the Boston Celtics be hunting them, man. And they didn't get no contributions from really nobody else, at least in the beginning of the game. Because PJ Washington, he only had 1 point, like, going into the third quarter. He only had 1 point. And Derrick Jones Jr., he really isn't giving you nothing. Yes, he's probably one of your best defenders, but he ain't giving you no scoring. And Jason Kidd only played him 16 minutes. We saw Jason Kidd. Josh Green played more minutes. He even brought in Tim Hardaway Jr. I said, this might be a Tim Hardaway Jr. type game. This is a game he might have to play. He didn't really do anything, I'm not gonna lie. He had a lot of like good shots, wide open shots. He missed. Same with Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber isn't giving you nothing, so he didn't play him a lot. He only played Maxi Kleber. He only played that man 8 minutes, so he's not giving you nothing. Daniel Gafford. I thought he played okay, but then Jason Kidd, he stayed with Derek Lively because he's more active on the rebounds, better shot blocker and all that. And that's fine because Derek Lively off the bench gave you 11 and 13. So I thought he played pretty good. But Kyrie, he played really good. Luka played good in the first half, but then once it got to the second half again, he didn't play good. And he was complaining to the refs every time. Now, granted, some of them were fouls. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them were fouls. The refs just didn't call it. But he complained every single time coming up the court. And it was just like silly fouls. And he fouled out the game. Luka, you're the best player, bro. And this is the NBA Finals. This isn't the regular season game, bro. You cannot put your team in a position like that because you guys came back from down 21 in the fourth quarter. And if you stayed in, there's a chance you guys probably win the game. But you can't put your team in positions like that, man. That's not good leadership. And that's just not what superstars do, bro. And I know a lot of people gonna say, well, he is dealing with the chest injury, the knee, and all that. At this point, you're on the court, bro. Like, Luka, if we're being honest, like I said, he played good in the first half, but then after that, he didn't really do it. He played bad. He went 11 for 27 for 27 points. He had 6 boards, 6 assists. I know he can play way better than that, but the Mavericks, I said it from the beginning, I said, comes down to the role players. Like, Luka and Kyrie, they can go off all they want, but if them role players ain't stepping up, they not gonna win. PJ Washington, granted to him, he did. He hit a clutch 3. I think it got them down to 2 points, I think, or 3. He did hit a clutch 3. He ended with 13 points, 8 rebounds. But outside of that, nobody really did anything. And the Mavericks, they're on the brink of elimination. And I had Celtics in 6, but it might be a sweep. Now on the Celtics side, I'm gonna credit Jason Tatum did come out. He played pretty good in the first half. He ended the first half with 20 points. Jaylen Brown, who had 6 points in the first half, he ended with 24. And this is what your superstar duos does. Like, one goes off in the first half, then the other one takes over in the second half. And it's like, that is what it is. This is one of the best duos in the NBA. And credit to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown had 30 points, 8 boards, 8 assists. Jason Tatum is one of my favorite players, but Jaylen Brown is the Finals MVP. Especially if he's gonna cook in Game 4 and they sweep them. Yes, he's gonna win Finals MVP. But you got to credit Derek White. He hit some clutch shots. Credit Jrue Holiday. Now, he didn't score like how he did in Game 2, but Jrue Holiday played good defense. He hit some decent shots. Al Horford, obviously, Kristaps Porzingis doesn't play. So it's like, oh, could this be the game the Mavericks, take advantage of? I thought they was, but Al Horford, you got to credit Al Horford. I think he played some good defense. He played some real good defense on that Kyrie Irving 3 when they was down by 6. He contested that shot. Kyrie missed. You got to credit Al Horford that. Credit is Xavier Tillman. I thought he played some good minutes. On the defensive end. He hit a 3. I'm cool with that. Sam Hauser hit 2 big threes in that first half. He hit some big threes in that first half. So you got to credit him on that. But I feel like you got to give these games to the Jays, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But Jaylen Brown stepped it up in that second half with 24 points, 10 for 18, 2 for 6 from the 3, and he had 3 assists. You got to give the Jays their credit. And we've been waiting on Jason Tatum. Now I know people going to be crickets a lot now because he wasn't scoring in these first 2 games. Now when he scores, some people are still going to slander him. Now he didn't have obviously the 10 rebounds and the 7-8 assists, but it doesn't matter. He came out to score. Could he have played better in the second half? Yes, he only scored 11 points total in the second half. He could have played better. But this team is set up where your best player doesn't have to go out. But this game, it was so close. They had to play good. And I didn't think the Celtics was going to lose, but I was like, bro, they might lose. It was 91-70, bro. I think after Derek White banked in that 3, I think that's when they went up by 21. And then it just started slipping away. Celtics started taking a lot of threes, hitting bad shots. And then Luka Doncic comes down. Kyrie Irving makes some shots. And I was like, this is a sale job. I said, these people really are about to sell. They are going to sell a lot of people's parlays and just Boston fans in general. But then when Luka went out the game because he got in foul trouble, he fouled out. I mean, it happens. And after that, I was like, I don't think the Mavericks are going to win. All it takes is a couple of shots, some good defensive stops, and the Celtics should win this game. And that's exactly what they did. Kyrie Irving, I thought he played really good. This was his best game of the finals. Obviously, it's only a 3-game span, but this was his best game. And you got to give him credit. You got to give credit to the Celtics for holding off, even though it should have probably been a blowout. But you got to give them credit for playing some good defense, hitting their threes. The Celtics went 17 for 46 from the 3, 37%, and the Mavericks went 9 for 25. And I think that's a big difference. Honestly, the Mavericks really aren't they're not hitting a lot of threes. But I do think their defense it's been somewhat decent. Like team defense wise, it's been pretty good. But Luka, man, he don't play no defense, bro. He been getting cooked. And another thing, Luka Doncic, for some apparent reason, they was hunting Jason Tatum. Luka Doncic was getting anything he wanted on Jason Tatum. I don't know what was going on in like that first half and basically the whole game, but Jason Tatum was low-key getting cooked by Luka Doncic. It's like they was hunting him. But the Celtics, they was hunting Luka and Kyrie, and they did what they had to do, man. The Celtics, they hold off the the Dallas Mavericks go up 3-0, and they could be NBA champions on Friday night. I feel like they just gotta, stick with the game plan, keep switching, shooting threes, get to the rack, and the Celtics and play good defense. This is one of the best defensive teams in the league. So they gotta just keep the same, keep the same energy, man. Now the Mavericks, honestly, I don't know what they really can do, because this was a game where Luka and Kyrie basically played good together, I guess, but they still lose. Last game the Celtics didn't even shoot well, and they still won. So it's like, I don't know what the Mavericks can do. I truly don't know what they can do. And we just gotta have to see Friday night. And I think the Celtics might end it Friday night. I think it's gonna be 4-0. So that's it for this little game 3 recap of the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Boston Celtics go up 3-0, and the Mavericks on the brink of elimination. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday night after game 4 recap. I'll see y'all later.